Alright, in today's action, we are going to go ahead and fix our headlight situation. Here we are in the morning. I did turn the camera off for a bit last night after getting the suspension adjusted because there was some work I needed to do and it was up underneath the car and it wasn't worth recording. But I did fix quite a few exhaust leaks, so it does sound way better, I believe. And this morning I get to start the car up to actually see if I fix some of the exhaust leaks, and I'll be checking the suspension later by probably taking it around the block and then talking more about it. But the lights will be up next. So here's the exhaust now. I honestly wish I would have did a before video, like a before experience video of this car. I just got back from taking her around the block just to see how the suspension and everything was working and how I have it set up. I may need to drop the back corner a little bit to get it to level out, but what I needed to start happening with this car, which I knew it was capable of doing, I knew the suspension was capable of rebounding and working, I have it right where I need it. I have a lot more suspension travel, a lot more movement in the car, which is exactly what I need to get out there and drive on these tracks. But, oh my goodness, mind blown with the actual changes of the way this is. Oh, you can hear one of my neighbors driving home in the background. Yep. Yeah, he loves that loud exhaust. And to talk more about exhaust, I did fix a lot of exhaust leaks that were actually on this car. And I added a resonator and just fixed a lot of the correct exhaust that was on here that had been neglected for several years. There's no reason for me to even cover any of that stuff. Just know that I actually fixed a lot, and the car is responding way better, as you could hear in the rev videos. Yes, I warmed the car up. I did not rev it until after the drive. So the car is still running great. So we're going to be moving on to the lights to make sure that people know when I'm stopping, people know when we're turning, and then we're going to fix the headlights. There's some pretty cool stuff in the headlights right now. I think it was for effect. I'm putting usable headlights back in because I have no problems doing morning courses, evening courses, or even night track runs, because I really want to make this happen. So I'm going to do everything I can. I think this car is going to put me where I need it to be. Night and day difference from the first drive I took in this car when I first got it to the house. And I really feel bad that I didn't cover that, because I think you would be able to really see the excitement, because this thing is really getting me more excited the more I play with it, the little things that I fix, and this thing's going to be a blast. I hope you guys tune in and watch this thing go through its changes. We got more functionality changes coming up, and then you'll probably start seeing this thing on the road. Decal stripping, sanding, more to come when we get further along. I'll take you guys on a little adventure and definitely take you on some track runs. So if you want to see more track runs and stuff like that, I will have that on this channel with this video series. So you'll be able to follow this car for at least a few years before we move on to something else. BMW, a lot of people are like, you know, it's supposed to be one of the best driving experiences. And when I first drove this car, it was not. It was an experience, but it wasn't a pleasant driving experience. Now, when you take this thing around the block, it sticks, and it knows where it wants to go. You point that nose where you want to go, and it will take you there. So, good times, man. Well, thanks for watching. On to the lights next. Hope you guys are having a great day. When I picked this car up, I did notice that whenever I turn the headlights on or the running lights, that you really don't get any. There's definitely something going on. So I've got a set of the factory, and I've got myself some little halos. So we're going to get these old ones off, get the halos and stuff installed in these new lights and the new lights in. And then we're going to go ahead and test all of the wiring to find out what happened and if I have to rewire the headlights. Done it before. If I have to, I have to. So come along and enjoy the fun. On to the time lapse. Okay, so here we are. We've found ourselves a little deeper, and I think we found out what is wrong with the headlights. Case in point, it's kind of easy to see. You got headlights just cut. These wires are just cut. So I don't know if this was meant to happen or if it was accidental, but the lights, it's cut on both sides the same way, just cut from the car. So I have to trace this back, actually, and it goes to right here, so this is where this is attached, and I'm actually kind of worried now because, no, I think those other housings do have the bulbs in it, so I will be able to change these out and get them back to where they need to be, and we'll have functionality. So what I'm going to do now is test these wires and see if I have, see if I've got the 12 volts, see if whenever I click on the blinker, if it's giving me pulse, if these is coming on or not. Looks like I have a temperature sensor here, but I don't think we're even using any of that. So this may be items that we have to dethread in the future. But this could be fog lights. So I could repurpose some of the hardware that's actually inside these other headlights into some type of fog light, you know, second life. But we're making headway. I wanted to take a second and basically show, boom, we found why the headlights aren't working. Okay, we have the lights off the car, and now it's time for the fun part of disassembly, because I need the lens and the turn signal light from this original bar. So this is the fun part. I get to disassemble this. And we want to be careful because we don't really want to break any of this. All right, there is the white piece, little piece that goes underneath here. All right, can we get this side light off now? All right, there's a pinch, and that slides out. There we go. It's not too bad. That's actually happier than I thought I would be. So now we are to the primary lens. So it looks like we just have these clips to carefully lift up on. know what? I'm going to use a plastic clip. Plastic piece to lift up on the plastic. All right, this top looks good. Looks like there's one more over here. All right, and now slide around to the bottom. And I think, like that, we almost are clear. Almost are clear. Almost. And there it is. That's clear. All right. So I may take some time and clean these up because they're not that bad, actually. It's in really good shape. And I do like these white inserts over these black inserts. So we may keep these white inserts for the other housing because these are in really good shape. I guess whenever I start putting this together, the other ones together, and really see the white versus the black, that's when we'll make that decision. But I mean, I do like the white in there. It does add to it. But a lot more of the hood and the roof and things are going to be black, so those colors may help complement it. Okay, I see what was done here. So that's a projection. Okay, so you know, this is, I don't think we need this part anymore. But these are the lights here. These ones here I was talking about. If these work, I think I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. Ooh, we got another rubber booty we could probably keep. Both of them. So keep that off of the housing. So always use some of those. So this is like a cool little, almost like a fog light. I think I may use one or the other as like a fog light, or maybe even both, because honestly, we may reuse these if they work. So, you know what, while I've got it here, let's take the time now and hook a battery to it. So, strip back this a little bit. Give ourselves access to these main wires here. I'm still curious. I wonder what happened. Maybe they were in the wrong space or something and they got caught. No telling. Maybe there's a race day story behind it. Put the negative with the negative and the positive with the positive. Oh, look at that. So that works. So we may use some of these as fog lights. Let's take a look at this one. And they both light up. All right, so we may reuse these two. We may reuse these two lights, kind of doing something else. What luck. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and disassemble the other light the same way, so we probably don't need to cover that. So what I will do is let's grab the light that's going to replace, and we'll go ahead and put it together. Okay, here we go. We have the driver's side light. And this is that black piece that I was talking about. So let's take a look, because again, this does have white, the white stuff already on it. So I don't know. Usually I black out headlights, but I have this strange feeling that I'm not going to black this headlight out, that this headlight's actually going to be whited out. Let's pull these out. Alright. Oops. Well, now we're definitely using that one. My bad. Yeah, I think we're gonna stay with the white because the white goes with it. So so next steps. Assembly of the lights. Installation of the lights. I gotta figure out. Probably gonna make a trip to the parts store. I gotta buy some push-ons because I'm gonna have to make make my parts for my wires to fit on here, and then we'll plug them all in, and this should all work pretty well. And then snapping it back together. Of course, cleaning. I'm probably going to clean the whole thing. I'm not doing that right now because, again, I just wanted to document taking this apart. This will be similar to the finished product. Again, they will have halos in it, so I have to wire the halos in and then put it all back together. And then we will have headlights done. So that means we'll be able to see where we're going at night. One step to getting this thing on the road closer. So, and then also taillights. We've got, that actually is going to not be as difficult as I thought it would be. So taillights are going to be pretty easy. So off to the store to get some supplies. We need to clean some stuff up. We're going to put these bad boys together, and then we're going to have lights.
Two hours later.
Well, as you can see, I have the headlights back together, back on the car, and the halos are operational. So, and I did kind of get the headlights figured out, but I've reached a point. BMW uses a module that controls all the lights, so I have to make the decision whether I'm going to replace the module and light switch, or just set this thing up on racing switches. So basically have a switch for the turn signals, have a switch for the headlights and the high beams. So that is the next adventure. I do have these in, but I'm wondering if that lighting control module is having an issue providing enough power to the headlights. So right now I have the ignition switch on, so again the headlights will be illuminated, so I'll kill that. Oh well, here's the headlights. I'll turn them on so you can actually see I have the headlights working, and whenever you turn the key off, it does kill the headlights but leave the parking lights on. So we are there, and I did have to wire in a relay and everything to hook up the halos and make those work. So I have a feeling I will be revisiting this project. This is the wire here I ran, and I put a relay back up underneath to actually come off of when the key is turned on to turn the lights on. There is not, I also cleaned up some other wires that were here and did the same here. Basically rewired everything to here to the switches, wired in the new bulbs, and pulled power from a contact point up there. So under the hood, we have an oil change pretty much to do. I believe everything else under the hood has been taken care of, but the headlights were a huge part. So we'll be getting the bumper and everything back on. And we do have headlights and turn signals. So next is to the rear of the car to finish on the taillights.